welcome to episode 2 of my podcast. This is going great so far. Today we are going to be talking about being a content creator while also working or studying or whatever full time. Because I know it's something that probably a lot of people like in the small streamer community especially struggle with. Today I've got joining me Uni, Emerald, and Faye. So this is really awesome. Thank you guys. Jesus Christ, that scared me, Uni. Hi,
Sorry, I don't have money to sub and my Prime sub's not up, so there you go.
Jesus Christ, that scared me. All right, thank you guys for joining me today for this podcast. We are going to be talking about how we manage content creation while working or studying full time. Because we know it's difficult. And the first little point that I would love to bring up in this podcast is actually on request of my mother, saying how ironic it is that we had to reschedule this podcast about 2 or 3 times because stuff kept coming up.
Yeah.
No, for real.
Yeah, this
The first time was
at this point.
my fault. Kind of, not really. Also Rain's fault for not paying attention.
But we made it. We're here. That's all that matters. So for the stream, let me actually just do what I said and get everything up on my phone here so I know. So let's go down the list and introduce ourselves for the stream. Emerald, if you want to start.
Oh, what do you want me to say? Is there anything in particular?
Just your pronouns. I know, guess why you're on the podcast just a little bit.
Okay. So I'm Emerald, he, him pronouns. So I've done content creation on and off. Recently, a lot of off. Since 2020. As a lot of us here, I'm assuming it started as a COVID lockdown hobby, and recently it's been a lot harder for me to worry about content creation, dealing with like actual IRL stuff that like has been all consuming for the last about 8 months, but hopefully in the next couple months I will actually be able to find a groove again and actually be able to do that stuff again.
Hell yeah. Pix, if you want to go next.
Sure. So I'm Pix. I still do content creation. I go by Faye/they pronouns. I don't know. I'm just a wacky little person, I guess, trying to tackle streaming with working and then going to school full time. So that's why I'm on this podcast.
Awesome. And Uni, if you want to go.
Hi, I'm Uni. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm a full-time student who works part-time / full-time, depending on if I'm in school or not, and also struggling with content creation, managing content creation.
And for anyone who may not know me, anyone that's new to the stream, or for people watching on YouTube, I'm Rain, use they or any pronouns, and I started streaming right as I got my first full-time job, and from there it's been a series of different jobs, and now I am currently working 2 jobs while also trying to manage content creation.
A saint for real.
Okay, a lot.
All right. So let's see. If any of you have any topics that you think of that you want to either start with or jump in at any point, go for it. So let's see.
I could start us off with, I guess, a little general question, I guess.
Yeah, go for it.
So before either, starting to study full time or working full time, have you guys also noticed, I guess, a difference in like a shift of your content, or like I guess overall how you stream since you started streaming, working and studying full time? Like, have you noticed anything has changed since like either energy or like motivation, stuff like that? Because I have for me.
Oh, my motive. I used to. Oh fuck! When did I start? I started streaming in 2020, so I was still in high school. I think I was in grade 11, or I just started grade 12. Maybe I can't remember. It was one of the two, and we were doing like that weird like hybrid shit. So like I had so much free time and I had so much energy to stream. Like I was like eager to stream. I was streaming like 5 to 6 hours like every stream, and then when I started university or summer actually, because I got a summer job, it just like plummeted to like zero. Like immediately, no motivation to do anything anymore.
I feel that. I
No,
feel
for real,
that.
same.
Yeah.
With being like with the COVID lockdown, like my job went fully remote, so like I didn't have to leave the house. So like I was
Oh,
perfectly
lucky.
content. Like I work 9 to 6, and then I would eat dinner, and then by about 7:30, 8 o'clock, I would be streaming till about midnight, 1 a.m. And that was pretty consistent, like 2 or 3 times a week. Um, it helped that me and my friend at the time we were grinding one specific game, and half it started as we just wanted to have like recordings of what we were playing, so we could look back on it for like uh fixing things. So we're like, all right, fine, we'll just stream the whole time. And after a certain point, and like it actually became like, oh, people are actually kind of watching me at points, so like I'll actually see if I can actually hit like affiliate. It would never
Mm.
intended to be that. It was just for like live VOD reviews essentially for stuff. So uh a lot of it was from that, but then I changed my work schedule at some point. And then I ended up moving back into my mom's house. I was living on my own for a bit. Like I was living with my mom, then I wasn't living with my mom, and now I'm back living with my mom. So like the back and forth, and when I moved back in the second time with my parents, it got really to the point where I'm like, I don't have the free time or like the real space to stream anymore. Just
Mm.
because like I moved where my desk setup was. I was in my room, but there was just no space for it anymore. So I moved it down in the basement. So like it's a common area where people are coming back and forth. So it's like I feel weird streaming while people are like coming about and doing things. And
I
then also
feel
Evie's
that.
in the other room playing Valorant at any point. So it's hard to manage streaming while one or your like your partner's streaming in the other room or playing games in the other room. So like you're conflicting all the time with their mics and stuff like that. So that was always fun. That's been the fun part of that about the last
Yeah,
like year and a half or so.
yeah. I think I started when I started streaming. I didn't even own my own computer. I was we had
I remember that.
technically my brother's computer, but I used it because I also played video games, and I would stream on
I
that.
remember that, yeah.
Yeah, so I would
You had the
stream on that.
internet. You had the internet get turned off on you all the time.
Yeah, I couldn't.
That was me
We
as
had an
well.
internet thing. That was because of my brother. Because so we had the internet shut off at like 10 o'clock. I didn't have a good setup. It was my brother's computer. The mic ended up getting fucked up, and I couldn't do anything about it because like it wasn't my setup. And it wasn't until I graduated high school, I got a summer job and I worked pretty shitty jobs for like $5 an hour, which is very illegal, but somehow not, at a summer camp to save money and buy my own computer because when I moved away to university, I wanted a computer. And that was when I got my first computer. So it's definitely been a journey.
That, like, for me, just really put into perspective how long we've known each other. Jesus.
I know, because I'm like
Yeah,
literally
I
towards
remember
the
your
start of my
shitty mic
career.
era. That was kind of crazy.
Right.
Yeah, and that was at the beginning, like,
What
because
about
that's
my
when we
bad
usually.
internet era, guys?
Oh my god.
Don't you live in
You
Australia? You
still
still
have that.
Yeah.
uh, but no, I honestly, it's weird. The biggest change that I saw for myself was like back when I started streaming and like was living in Darwin, it was like I was working 2 jobs. I was working full time at a supermarket, which was considered an essential job when COVID hit. So I was working like full time there, like with being fully understaffed. Like it was a really shit time. But I was also working a second job bartending um on some nights. And where we lived, we were like a good 40 minutes away from that job. So I wasn't getting home most nights till like midnight, waking up again at like 6, like, no, 4 a.m. to go back to
I
work.
remember this. I
Yeah.
remember this era.
Jesus.
But somehow through there, on my 2 days off that I would get a week, I would be streaming. And like, I never lost motivation through doing all that somehow. I think it really helped, like, meeting you guys, for example, and then having TFO as well, going like, there was that sort of stuff that helped my motivation. But my motivation started to die after I stopped working for a while, after I moved down to Adelaide. And I don't know if it's sort of because I don't really have my own setup, so I sort of lost that motivation a little bit. But I stopped working, stopped having motivation for streaming or anything. And now all of a sudden I'm back up to working 2 casual jobs, so I'm not technically full time anymore. But I'm back up to 2 casual jobs, one that I'm working 6 days a week, and then one that I'm working late night Thursdays. And I've found all of a sudden I'm like getting right back into my content creation again.
I
Mm.
find it funny because I found like we're opposites. Because for me, when my life was like slow and I had nothing to do, that's when I was the most motivated to make content. But then as soon as like life picked up again, I went back to school, I got a job, I just stopped like I halted content creation, and I
That's
find that
me.
funny that it's just like the
Yeah,
opposite of
I
what
have no
happened.
idea why. Like, maybe it's because I'm already doing stuff, so my body's just like already in the mode of like, yeah, come on, you can do it, sort of thing. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't get motivated unless there's already stuff going on, which is really fucking weird because I get so
You
overwhelmed
have the
when there's too
momentum.
much
You
stuff
have
going on.
Rain. You have
Mm.
momentum. That's what it is.
True.
Yeah, honestly, that's like I think my thing is more just like I hardly have free time as it is. So I'm like, do I want to spend my free time like draining my social battery and streaming even though I find it fun, or do I want to spend it relaxing and like, just like
Yeah,
kind of
fair.
recharging in a sense, right? So it's
To be fair, I do sort of still get this thing where I'm like, if I've got a stream planned, I'm always like, oh fuck, do I like really have to be doing that right now? But then
That's
after
so
the
me.
stream, I'm like, oh, that was fun. That was like great. I want to do that again now. Like,
I
Mhm.
get that. I think it also depends on, like, at least for me, it depends on what game I'm playing. Like, I have been
yeah,
hard set playing a game called New World since it came out in 2021. We're almost into year 3 of the game. I have 2,500 hours in the game since it came out,
Jesus
but it's
Christ.
Oh,
not a
damn.
fun game to stream because it's an MMO. So like, there's a lot of walking around and a lot of killing time
Mm.
and a lot of waiting for things to happen. So it's not a very appealing game to stream all the time.
Because it's also hard to
And
like find the like energy to actually keep the stream interesting in those little bits.
that, and also it's a very demanding game on my computer, and like, it will stream, but there's points in time where it just doesn't want to stream.
Yeah,
So like,
That's so fair.
Mm.
that's
but
like
like,
me
it
Yeah,
trying to
also
figure
my
out
doesn't
how to
help
stream
that
Valorant.
mhm,
God, yeah.
I wish I could
Valorant can
stream Valorant. That would be so much fun.
Are you still
I feel like I would
streaming off
actually
your laptop?
try. Yeah, I am.
God.
My little laptop that can only run like Minecraft, honestly. And even now, like recently, it's been like, because I had this computer for God, fuck, like 6 years, almost.
Oh,
Like it's been
yeah.
a hot minute. It's been over 5. So it's been starting to die recently, to where now even I can't at times stream Minecraft, and I think that's also kind of like hindering a lot of my motivation, because it's like
Mm,
when the go-to game is now crashing, what do I do?
yeah.
Yeah.
But by the end of July, I do get my setup, so I just
Hell
gotta
yeah.
Oh,
pull
okay.
through.
nice.
I've like for the last year and a bit that I've been living here, I've just had to use Connor's setup because whenever like we're together, my setup is the bed.
Yeah.
Yep. Connor turns on his webcam and we see you
On
in
his
the
camera,
background
you
on
just
your-
Yeah.
laying in the background on the bed playing Valorant with the fucking on the bed.
I set myself up on the bed, and I'll have my laptop on its laptop stand to stop it from completely cooking itself that it was doing, and then I
Yep.
will have like a pillow on my lap, and then my keyboard on top of that, and then I bought a mouse pad for the bed, and then it's like
I'm just imagining you laying on the bed, like kicking your feet back and forth while you playing Valorant.
sometimes I do because I get pins and needles from sitting.
Oh my god. It fucking reminds me of my MacBook League of Legends days where I used to play League of Legends with a trackpad on my
Oh my
MacBook because I didn't
God.
have like my own computer, and my
That's
brother
the
would be
real
using
grind right
his. It was
That's a
genuinely
real
that-
grind for real.
You know that's what you know your League of Legends addiction is a problem when you're playing on your MacBook
I
with a
used
track.
to have a friend who would play CS:GO with me with the trackpad.
My W key was like
Dang.
worn out. Like it was like you like the black like part of it like was worn out because of how much I like would play Minecraft and League of Legends.
Oh my
It was bad.
god.
But no,
Um,
that's awful.
It's bad.
And I think the one other thing that will affect some people's content creation is if you're playing games with other people, if the other people don't want to be on stream, you're not
yeah.
going to stream because they don't want to be
Oh
on stream.
god, yeah.
And that's
I-
like the entirety of the
yeah.
group I play with for New World. They all do like whereas like a lot of my other friend groups, I'm the oldest of them, or I'm pretty much in the upper age bracket. I am the youngest one of the youngest people in the like the group that I play with for the game for New World. So like no one like really understands content creation. Like
Mhm.
mind you, this is like an organized group within like the server we play on. Like our oldest member is in his 70s. So like
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
so like you have
that's
someone
fair.
in your group play who has who can barely open a web browser. And I don't know how he gets the game to open. It's a miracle he gets the game to load. I'm gonna be honest. So like just trying to explain what Twitch is, it's just not worth it. I'm just like
yeah.
I'm just gonna play the game and have fun. And that's where it's been for me at least. It's like you just don't know what to do. You're like, I wanna stream. You're like, well, they don't want to be in the call with me if I'm gonna be streaming, so I'm like, there's no point.
Yeah.
God. The
I've
last time I
gotten
streamed to people, because I've been wanting to do more like collab stuff, which is already so hard to do collabs when you work and shit. Like figuring out scheduling with collabs with your
Plus
like your work
time
schedule and school
zones.
schedule, and time zones, bro. It's so bad. But the last time I played with someone, it was for like they had like a subathon event going on, and right before I joined, they had brought up the part where I'm a system, and they asked me if it would be like safe to be on stream.
Oh,
Um,
that's right.
and
I
since
remember this.
yeah, and
Yeah.
since
remember
then
this.
I have not really collabed with anyone because I'm so scared that I've been. It really has like taken a slight toll on how I stream. I think that comment. I think that was like the eye opener, which has definitely affected my motivation to stream as well outside of work. It's just like, do people view me like that? Because that's kind of gross, kind of icky.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
That
feel
comment,
that.
bro. As soon as you said that, I was like flashback into when
No,
that's
legit, that
happening.
made me remember, like, I feel like that was, like, one of the days where I woke up at, like, 4 a.m. for work, and I, like, first thing I did was, like, look at my phone, and I just see these messages from Uni on Discord, like, talking about what happened, and Uni was so pissed, and I was, like, sitting there, I'm like, what's going on? It's 4 a.m., what?
It was oh my god, that brought so much anger back. Oh, I'm searing just thinking about what happened.
yeah, no, it was kind of crazy. But that has
Oh.
definitely affected. Like I've been wanting to do more collabs. I feel like I go to do them now, and I just fall flat. So I'm like, listen, I just don't know how you're going to take that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll stay on my side of the internet, I guess. My little bubble.
Richie and Alex got a
I guess-
collab.
Oh yeah, so that has to happen. I don't care
guess
what
it's
I don't even care if it's like Roblox, bro. I don't care if it's like like a Java on the browser like
Oh my
puzzle. Like you gotta collab or something.
Oh man.
Play that new
I
game
guess at that
Swag's
point,
playing
it's more
Battle
just
Bit.
like. I guess
Battle
at that
Bit.
point, it's more just like finding people you're for already friends with to collab.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Who like
I
know and
pretty
are
much haven't collabed with
just
many people outside of like the TFO group.
I
Yeah, I
genuinely
get
can't
that.
remember the last like actual collab I did and not including because like I don't count events, right? Because that's not really
Yeah, an event's not really technically a collab.
Events have traumatized me.
I can imagine.
There's no, like trying the stress of like going from work and speeding down the highway because I'm like 10 minutes off from the event starting and I have to get home to start the event. And like it's just so oh
Uh,
god.
that's actually another good sort of thing we could talk about. How, like, for those of you who, like, I guess for few of us who have hosted events, and then Emerald having been a part of a fair few of them as well,
Mm-hmm.
how is it not only being a content creator and having to deal with all this other stuff, but then when you get accepted to join an event that has a very specific set time, how like being able to fit that in as well, because like stuff like this for example was easy for us to reschedule, but when it comes to a huge event they're not going to reschedule
Oh.
just because you can't fit it in your schedule for that day, you know.
Yeah, you're not gonna reschedule a 100-person Minecraft battle royale.
No.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
That's why I never
okay.
like actively signed up for those after like the first two that you and Uni did, Rain.
Yeah.
I'm like, I am the first alternate for whatever person drops out. I'm like, put me in and just use me to fill the event so it goes off. That's what I
Which hey, it
decided to
worked out
do.
for you still managed to play a fair few times
Um,
because of that.
Oh yeah, didn't place good in any single one. I'm just like, I'm here to have fun and chill. I think at
oh,
one point I put a dancing I put like a dancing squirrel on my stream because we're gonna rat. Or no, it was a dancing rat because we were ratting in one of the events.
Oh my god.
I mean honestly
We were
fair.
just
That's
sitting at the edge of barrier for a while.
Oh man.
I I think working because I used to host events. I think working is kind of what caused a lot of the turmoil that happened with the event I was hosting
Mm,
because the staff was not really
remember this.
understanding of the fact that I was working 45 plus hours a week and I wasn't able to like answer a lot of the messages at the time.
yeah.
Um, and the communication, the lack of communication when it comes to like trying to run and host events and be in events makes it the 40 like a 40 plus workout a week is so stressful.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, so that I think since then I kind of just stopped doing events. I was kind of like, I don't have an urge to do them anymore. Every now and then I will do, but and I remember how stressful it is to have to try to fit it into my work week, and I'm like,
I
yeah,
kind of
I'm
feel
good.
that.
Even S&Ps. I mean, I used to run S&Ps and
Yeah. Yeah,
trying
true.
to find ways to do like lore events around like okay, I'm off of this time, but this person's working this day and this person's working this day and it's so stressful.
It
It was
is. It honestly
honestly
is.
and I feel
It
like
was
it also kind of hinders motivation because it's also like it's just so much work on top of it already being out of work. It's awful.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wish it on like my worst enemy. It's awful.
yeah, that's
I
why like I remember I never really like went I did try to participate in a lot of events that I could and most of the time I could, but the thing is that a lot of the times they happen on weekends and that's the day like weekends are the times I do like if I was living at home, I did stuff with family or if I was in university, a lot of the times I would be like, well fuck, I'm going home that weekend. I'm not near a setup to like stream, right? Or even participate. So like it's definitely hard and I know me and Rain we kind of struggled when we were hosting our events.
Yeah. I feel like one of the big struggles we sort of had was not only fitting around our schedules, but the fact that by the end of it, the three of us that were sort of organizing these, like you, me, and Alex, we all three of us were from a different time zone. So when Alex was awake and messaging us to try and like organize what needed to be
Like,
done, Uni was like either busy or not quite awake yet, and it was like middle of the night for me, and I was dead asleep. So it's like,
we still made it work pretty well. Honestly, we ran that for like a solid couple of months. I think more of our issue led towards more of like we were hosting like 100, not 100 play. Well, I think eventually we did, but like we were
yeah,
hosting like multiple, like a lot of player events to where like we couldn't easily reschedule it. It was either
yeah.
it's happening today or we're canceling it altogether.
I know
And
there was a few times where
rescheduling
I
it to
had
the
to
next
like
one.
not be there to host because we just couldn't.
Yeah, and it was just me and Alex running it, which is fine. It happens. I think I wasn't there for one of them too,
Yeah,
because it happened on a day that I was working. I was working that day because the shitty thing about working like shift work in the sense of like you get your schedule every week or every 2 weeks is that you can't plan shit in advance unless you
yeah,
book a day off. But like,
Mm-hmm.
am I really gonna try and book a day off for like a Minecraft event or like
yeah. That was always my
something a
thing as
little bit
well.
more
It's like,
important,
oh,
right?
this would be like such a cool event. Like even when I was a part of some really big events, it's like I really want that day off, but like I'm not gonna take a day off work for Minecraft.
Exactly,
Yeah,
right? So it's
yeah.
like
I
you're
did
like,
it
fuck.
one time, never again.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever done it. I think I just like either my schedule worked out or like I just didn't show up.
I
Or I just
think
said like, hey, like sorry, I have work.
it was really good for me because when I was back in Darwin and with like working full time, my 2 days off for me were a Sunday and a Monday. So that's a Saturday and Sunday for when most event planners are planning, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it actually ended up working out really well for me that was just happened to be my 2 days off. So I was able to join a fair few events, except for the only other downside being that most of the events happened at like between 3 and 5 a.m. And a lot of
Yeah.
them, it just
I remember
started
that.
being like, well, you know, if I'm already doing this thing where I'm like going to work for these long hours, only getting like 4 hours of sleep every night, do I really want to spend one of my days off where I could have actually had a good sleep, waking up at that same time just to do a stream? Like there was
Yeah, and I
the
think
what was it? The dot wave, the first dot wave event I was a part of. I was awake for like what 40 hours or something because I like by the time I was done doing stuff before that event, I was like, well, there's no point in sleeping now because I'm gonna have to wake up in an hour.
yeah, and I think that's why we also set our
Hour now.
we set our events to 6 p.m. like EST because that would have been like 7:30 a.m.
Yeah.
for you.
So that was like just
And
early enough where
but
it's
our
like
we
not a
fucked
pain.
over our European and like British players
Yeah.
because that was like midnight, 1 in the morning for them, and they're like, well, and some of them, because I mean, midnight, 1 a.m., like it's not the end of the world, but it depends on the person. And also, a lot of the times they're like, well, I live with my family, so I can't talk right now, or I
Yeah.
can't be loud because everyone else in the house is sleeping. So
Yep.
it's definitely not easy.
And also the fact that it was Sunday night going to Monday, so like
Yeah.
some people had school the next morning or work the next morning
Oh yeah,
too.
because we did host them on Sundays. I thought we hosted them on Saturdays.
No, it was Sundays.
Was it Sundays?
Yeah.
Damn.
It was the first couple were definitely Sundays, and then I think you switched to a couple Saturdays
Yeah, I think
towards
we
the
ended up
end.
switching because a few people
Because of
like had
the
said something, so we were like, okay, we'll give this a go, and then we just sort of kept it.
yeah.
Mhm.
And I think at that point, like I made when I was working, I would change my availability and I said it like I wasn't available Saturdays.
Mm,
And I kind of keep it like that because I like having a weekend off where I can just like
Mhm.
do shit, like go grocery shopping,
yeah,
like whatever. Because like, but it was also for like the events because a lot of events would happen on Saturday, right?
yeah.
So I would change my availability to be like, I'm never available on Saturdays. Don't ask me to come into work.
um,
Like I get the struggle of like the shift work alternating. Because like I haven't had to deal with that. 'Cause, like my job has a set schedule. I work 11 EST to 8 p.m. EST every day during the week, and it was 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. EST most of the time. So like it's not as complicated of a schedule for me. Whereas I run into the issue of like now I finished work and now I have 6 other things that I have to do today. Like I gotta go mow the lawn, gotta walk the dog a whole bunch, gotta make
Yeah.
dinner, and like that kind of stuff. And I'm just like, by the time that's all done, it's like 8 o'clock, and I'm like, do I really have the motivation to hit stream, or do I just want to go lay in bed and watch some TV?
Yeah. That was like me, because I was doing what was it? 3 of my days I was starting at 5 a.m. and I finished, it was like I did 5 till 12, 5 till 1, 5 till 2. And then my last 2
Ugh.
days was 8 till 3 or something. So I was like, I really liked having those earlier shifts, even though it was really shit because I had to wake up at like 4 a.m. to get ready, and it's the middle of fucking nowhere, you know, in Australia.
Mhm.
But it at least meant that I was home early in the day, so I wasn't like at work for the entire day, coming home late afternoon, having to do everything then. I could come home and do what needed to be done, and then by that time, um, mum might have just finished work as well, because if I was doing the opening, she was doing that next shift from 8 o'clock. So then we would both be home pretty early, be able to get everything done, and then after that was when I would decide, now can I be bothered streaming?
See,
Man, I think
was go ahead.
okay. I think for me, I kind of feel that because it's like when I'm not working, and even when I work, some days because I'm neurodivergent and have spicioto brain and
Mm-hmm.
system, it's like I'm overstimulated half the time when I'm not at work. So it's like, do I try to cope and possibly overstimulate myself more to fit that stream in because I know I need to stream, or should I just have the night? I feel so bad always like having like 3 days of not streaming. It sounds so weird, but like not streaming for 3 days because it's like I could stream. It's just not the best idea.
I felt so bad. Like the longer I would go without streaming, I kept feeling so bad because like I keep tweeting, being like, when I'm motivated, like, oh yeah, okay, I'm motivated. I'm gonna do a stream then, and I'll tweet about it. And then the time comes, and I'm like, nah, fuck this. I cannot do this right now, so I'm canceling the stream. And it just would happen over and over again, and I felt so
God.
bad.
Yeah, I found that when I was last summer I worked as a lifeguard. And our shifts were like 10 hours long. So I'd come home every day at like, or whenever I worked at 10 p.m. And I'm like, okay, I could stream, but also I was just out in the sun for 10 hours screaming at people, like making sure people aren't gonna fucking die, right? Or like drown. So it was like, I don't have the energy. And then if I didn't have work the next day, I would be like, well, okay, do I want to spend this day like relaxing and like recovering from working until I have to work again, or do I want to like drain my battery, like social battery again and stream? So I stopped content creation all summer, like I didn't do it. And at some point, like I said, like I was like, okay, like I promise I'll come back to stream soon. And I felt bad, like, because I essentially was lying to people. So at some point, I just like stopped updating, and I'm like, I'm gonna come back when I come back, and even if it's just one stream, it's one stream. Like, I'm not gonna like try and put too much pressure because it's hard, right? And
Yeah.
it's mentally draining, like constantly feeling like you're like lying to people in a sense, being like, okay, I promise I'll come back soon, or I'll do a stream this day, and then you don't do it, and you feel bad for like not fulfilling your promise, and
Mm-hmm.
that's also like, taxing. So I was just like, I'm gonna come back when I come back, if I come back. And even now, I'm still on the fence because I've been doing the podcast, but like, I don't know if once this podcast is done that I'm gonna come back to content creation. It really just depends.
Yeah.
I'll have to see because I am going into my third year of uni, so it's like
Jesus.
priorities, right?
That's where I'm sort
I
of
just felt
trying
I
to
just felt
see.
real old there, Uni. Just felt real old.
So sorry, And I'm gonna age check you, but
Yeah, no, it's so fucking weird.
Nah, I'm like sort of try to use this podcast series that I'm doing as like a gateway into starting back up with my content, because it's super like I'm getting so motivated with it, especially now that I've got like a YouTube video that's about to post tomorrow as well, and it's like I'm getting right back into it sort of thing. So once because I'm at the end of this week done training for this new job, and then I'm going into 6 days a week of working, but they're all like 4 or 5 hour shifts. So I'm going to like need to work out how to fit it all back in. But not only that, is this job has really motivated me to actually get a whole bunch of like a list of artists together so I can actually finally work on my stream redesign as well. So
You
it's
said the
like,
word artist. You're gonna get bot spams in your Twitch chat now. You're
no,
gonna get the bot DM
I'm the bot.
not the bots.
looking for artist commission. All right, spam away.
Does anyone you hate out there on Twitter just reply to their tweets with all these words, guys?
It's just artist commission. Looking for commissions. That'll light a
like,
fire
just
under
trigger
any
the
tweet.
bots. Or anything to do with school
Yeah,
or
I was
like
about
school
to say,
essays,
I
like
need help
writing
Oh my
writing
school
an
god,
essays.
essay.
school.
I will literally
God.
not even ask. I will literally just like tweet being like, "Dude, I really gotta get this essay done," or something
Right?
like stupid about like, "Oh fuck, like I'm writing an essay about this," and then I get like all the bots being like, "Do you want help? We can help you," and I'm like, "No,
That
I'm
used
good.
to
I don't want to
happen
write
to
an
me
essay."
as well when I was in high school. I was like tweeting and it'd be like, I'd get bots and I'm like, why? Why am I getting these replies? Or like people trying to DM me. Like,
Oh my god, like the spam, and you're just sitting there because sometimes it's like they're genuine people, and sometimes they're bots,
yeah.
and you're like trying to filter, like kind of filter through. But like at that point, I'm just like, okay, are we friends or like mutuals or do I know you?
Oh
Yeah,
man.
Like
I
commissioning
get
people
that. I get
know
that.
is
I
like,
try to just not say any of those words on Twitter and just avoid it because it's
yeah.
just
At this
like
point, I
Yeah.
just
you
like,
know you're opening a can of worms.
yeah. At this point, I
Oh
just
my
like
god.
commission people I know. Like I
Yep.
just have like a
Yep.
list of people
Please.
that I'm like, okay, I know you guys. I'll commission
Swag.
you.
Hello.
Unless it's like commissioning your friends, right? Supporting the homies.
Yeah.
Pix is
Or
literally
like
a bot in my chat, guys.
No, genuinely.
genuine bot confirmed.
Also, sometimes like I don't even know what the fuck they're selling, and I'm like, what are you like? They're like, I only do graphics, and I'm like, well, I'm looking for emotes, so you're in the wrong place, buddy. Like,
Or they like
not what I'm
don't
looking
even
for.
leave
My
any links like for you to even check out. They just reply and it's
Oh
like,
yeah, they don't
well,
have like any
I
references or like any like portfolio to like guide you to. It's just like, yeah, trust me, bro. And I'm like, no, I don't know you.
I think the bots I hate the most are the ones that go into your DMs and like say hi and you have like a little
Yeah.
dry conversation and then they hit you with like, can I draw for you? And it's like, bro,
Dude, if
you're
someone
asking the
slides
artist
in,
if you can draw for me. Like, what are you doing?
Oh
There
if
my
was
someone
one
god.
specific
slides into my
Discord I used to
DMs
be a
with a
part of.
hi and no follow-up content, if anyone tries to text me and just says hi with no follow, like you need to tell me why you're texting me. If you don't tell me why you're texting me, I'm not responding. So like,
Sometimes
sorry.
if I'm like if I feel like it, I'll just respond with like a hi question mark. Like hi?
Oh my god, I just got a
Oh my
DM
god, my
from
throat
like
burns right now.
some guy
Fuck,
named
that was funny.
Girl Picture.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is on there. I'm not gonna respond.
Block me. Block.
I
Block.
always just find it so funny when they try to get in my DMs and offer me graphics. Like you're asking the artist if you can draw
I
get a
do
Right.
not
graphic for
even
me.
like any
Like,
of my
did you even check the account, bro?
literally.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
There used to be a Discord I was a part of for a while. I rejoined that Discord recently, and I think they've cleaned it up. But like randomly, it was always this Discord. Someone would join his Discord, and it would just be like someone would go through and just message every single person with like the streamer tag, and would just spam constantly. I'm like, hey buddy, got another one for you, and I just DM the streamer, and I'm like, another one trying to sell stuff in your Discord when he had it specifically against the rules in his Discord. It's like another one to ban.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I don't get because I get the DMs where it's like, oh, like, you know, I'm a graphics thing, like I saw your tweet, da 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 da. But then sometimes I just get the hi, and I'm like, I genuinely don't know why you're DMing me, so I don't respond because I'm like, I don't want to instigate this awkward conversation for it to lead to me saying no. So I'm like,
that actually made me think. Here we go. I'm gonna just like open my message requests on Twitter right now.
Oh my god.
you don't
we
delete
go.
yours? I delete mine. I go
This
through
is a
them.
rabbit hole we probably don't want to go down.
Can I have a minute? Hi there. Hi. Hey, you still looking for an artist? And then someone just reacted to their own message of asking if I'm there. Hi, how are you? Hey, I'm not your mutual, but I can help. Artist here. Like,
It's all bots.
Delete mine. Like I actively go, like I delete them. Like I get rid of them because I'm like, I don't want them here.
oh man.
You inspired me to look through my Twitter DMs, and there's some weird ones in there towards the bottom.
Oh god.
2017 was a dark time.
I should just send this.
I also have like a lot of like the weird Bitcoin and NFT DMs.
Yes.
Like I go through mine and delete them because I'm like, yeah, this is not happening.
Can I show you one that someone sent me as a graphic they made? Because it's low-key so fucking funny to me. Where should I put? I'll put it in the guest chat, I guess. Look this. God.
Oh my god.
It's one of those like. It's one of those. There's no way to describe it. I just need you guys to look at this. Hang on, it's ending.
I also just found like a few DMs from when I was looking for people from TFO. Oh my god, what the fuck?
What the fuck is this?
What?
Bro, who really thought
this-
like that was the one, you know? Like
But like, it might actually be the one. That's the thing.
no, yeah, honestly, you know what? This guy's onto something.
He's
The
on
more I look at it, the worse it's
Oh my
getting.
God.
Like the keyboard and the text.
Here we go, guys.
can't,
I've
it's-
been given one from Swag.
Oh god.
I'm sending it in the
You gotta
guest
I
share,
can only
you gotta share this on
imagine.
stream.
We all
You gotta
know
share.
Swag
You gotta
is
share the picture.
Okay, I'll share this for you guys on stream. Wait, Swag, is it okay if I share that photo on stream as well?
Oh, don't share the conversation. Just share the picture one.
No, because
Just
I've
so
already
people know
sent
that-
it. Wait, hang on, I'll just delete it quickly. There we go. Let me just... Where is it?
My is like it's the people that go into your DMs pretending to be like friendly and stuff like that, and like trying to
love
know you, and then they hit you with the fucking like, can I draw for you? And it's like, no thanks. I'm good.
I love the just wondering why don't you have a logo? And then Swag being like, no reason, I just don't have one, dude.
Oh my god.
It's just so weird. Like it feels like it feels. I don't know how to describe the feeling that I get when I get DMs like this. I feel like an alien when these people DM me. I'm like,
Right?
what?
It's like when the Jehovah's
I'm like-
Witnesses come to your house. That's
No,
exactly what it feels
genuinely.
like.
Like,
I just feel like an alien when these people text me because I'm like, why are you trying to pretend to be my friend and then like hit me with like, can I draw for you? It's like, why don't you lead with that?
I've
Like, why are
literally
you, like,
got people...
they're like gaslighting and manipulating us.
I've
It's
literally
not
got
even
people back when I was starting TFO and looking for people to join. I literally have people who tried to DM me just saying, "Can I join your SMP?"
friendly. Listen, I get the.
You
I
were
get
asking for people to join, so like that's a little bit closer to what they were at.
No,
It's a little
true,
bit closer
but
on topic.
like, also,
like,
we were
because when I was
arguing
looking for people to
about
join, I had actually put out like an actual form, like I did with the events and stuff,
Yeah,
so that I could actually go and look at people. But then these guys, they wouldn't fill out the form or anything, wouldn't interact with anything to do with me, and then just out of the blue, like, these were even after I stopped taking, like, applications for the SMP. It was, like, long after we even started, and it's like, can I join your SMP? And it's like, buddy,
It's like, dude,
like, if you
like-
haven't even tried to interact with anything and you completely ignored the actual application form, no.
like, and I can't tell if those people are like, again, bots or like they're genuine people, but it's like, if you're genuine, like maybe interact with like show that you're interested instead of just like, can I join? It's like weird,
Yeah.
you know? I remember those DMs we would like comments we would get in DMs on the TFO account. It's like,
Oh, right.
yeah, like we have applications if you want to apply, but like or like to submit your thing, but like unless you're friends with someone, don't just randomly go into someone's DMs and ask if you can join a thing that they're a part of or like that's just like weird.
Yeah, legit.
Even for any of the things that you guys are doing, and I still go and fill out the form. I begrudgingly fill out the form every time, but I still do it.
It's more like I mean like and with that stuff, like if it's a friend applying, like 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be invited anyways because we know you and like we know like we
Mhm.
trust you in a sense.
Yeah,
We just ask they fill out a form just so like we have like a
everyone in
master
one place.
like, it's just like it's in one place
and that's
instead of,
why I
like,
do it.
oh,
And that's why I do it.
someone DM me on Discord or someone DM me on Twitter or like someone like DM me on Twitch and it's like okay, it's all here. Like even like I fill out like if it's like a friend's like I know this application like I half-assed filled it out because like I know
Yeah.
Rain knows where to contact
Literally,
me. Rain
every
knows,
time I have
like-
something that needs a form filling out, Judy will, like, for all the socials or, like, all just the little annoying bits, Judy always just goes, like, you know, it's
Yeah,
me. Like,
yeah, because I'm like, dude, do I really need to fill out where all like you know my socials were like I only put like my name, my pronouns, and like if it's like why do you want to be a part of this, I'll just put that in and everything else. I'm like, dude, you know this information already. Do I really need to like sit there and type my Twitter link and type my Twitch link out? Like,
yeah.
not really.
Also, I'm
It's
pretty
like-
sure you
Yeah.
did, Swag. I'm pretty sure you did.
I
alright.
think you did, and it was because you were in the Dot Wave event that you got accepted because Rain
Yeah.
like knew you.
Yeah.
Most of the TFO people like came in because of like mutual friends
Yeah.
or like we somewhat knew them. There was a couple of people that joined because we didn't know through the applications and then ended up actually leaving. because
Yeah.
of-
Most of the people that actually came through the applications for TFO ended up being the ones that didn't
That
last. Like,
yeah, which is funny.
alright, I've got a question for you guys to sort of bring us back on track a little bit.
Sorry.
No.
Yeah.
You're all good.
We
guys.
got a whole tangent.
We
It
did.
happens. It's a podcast. It's gonna happen. Like, we're gonna have
Content
more of these
creation.
tangents, let's be real.
Be real?
Shut up, Uni.
Sorry.
Alright. So with content creation and then working and studying and doing all that stuff, that already takes up such a huge part of like our lives trying to even fit those two in together. How like do you guys maintain your friendships? Like,
I
have you
don't.
noticed?
No. I don't. It's either streaming or friends. You
straight
got no
up, I
in between, bro.
This is why you stream with your friends. This is the only way.
I think the
Sorry.
only way I sort of maintain my friendships is I just create Discord servers.
Yes, you do.
I-
I have an entire folder of just the servers you randomly make.
I know both Emerald and Evie message me just constantly out of the blue saying, stop making servers, because they both just have a folder of just servers I've made.
I actually kind of talked about this like I feel like a week ago at most. Like with streaming and then work on top of like being neurodivergent, it is so hard for me to maintain friendships. I will go periods of time where I'll be like there'll be a day randomly where I'll just like select a few people and I'll be like spam texting. I'm like responsive. Every fucking message he send, a minute afterwards, I'm texting back. And it's like for a day or two, I'm there, and then I'll disappear for like 2 months, and they don't know what happened to me. And then I rarely come back, and the cycle just continues. Like it's so hard for me to maintain friends. And it could be the work. It could be the fact that I'm neurodivergent. Like it's just how I am. I have to like constantly tell people like, hey, if you want to message me, you need to message me first and tell me that you need it. Like it's like a
Like
mutual
urgent.
like, okay, yes, we are agreeing to like like here's a contract. We are both agreeing to continuously respond to each other. Thank you.
I'm just
Or I just
waiting.
forget about them.
I'm just waiting to get a
Um,
look from Connor because before we started dating and I was still in Darwin, there was periods of time still looking at me where I would disappear for months on end with
Oh my god.
no word.
I think it was really
Try 18 months.
8, dude. Rain.
Seriously,
Go.
there was one time I completely I disappeared off the internet for a good year and a half at least.
God damn. It
No one
happens.
knew what happened.
Think about it. I've known Rain for what, about 7 years?
Yeah.
I had no idea if they were disappeared off the internet or dead for a good 5 of those years. Sorry, 4.5.
solid Rain, great job. A plus, right? But like I totally I completely get this. Like there is legitimately a running joke at my job. It's like there's like for my team that I work with, there's about like 18 to 20 people that are on like that like all work in my group. And they'll be like they have like the designated like fun committee, and they're planning events for us to all go out to work after work and like go do fun activities, like go do because like we're all adults and stuff like that, go to like bars and stuff like that, or go like on like a beer tasting tour or something like that. That was the most recent one. And they're all like, well, we don't even have to worry about talking to Emerald. They would use my normal name obviously, but
Yeah.
it's like or like don't even bother asking, he's not going to show up. I'm like, absolutely, like they know it's been since day one. I have gone to one total work event, and that was the one that was the one the first month I started. I showed up for the small Christmas get together, and then that was it, and I haven't been to a single one since.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it's for me it's kind of weird because I want to say 4 types, like 4 different friend groups, if that makes sense. I have
Yeah.
my high school friends that I'm still friends with and I hang out because they live in my hometown and I hang out with them during the summer the most of the time. And if I'm ever home for like the holidays or like a weekend, I'll hang out with them. I have my friends, my university friends that like live in my university town, so I'm friends with them. And then I have 2 types of online friends. I have my content creation like friends, and then I have like I'm in this like group of friends that I've been in like before, like they were like my first like solid online friend group. So it's definitely hard to balance all 4.
Yeah. Nah, I feel that
Like,
because
and I think,
I've.
and recently I fell off. Sorry, Raina, I didn't mean to cut
No,
you off.
you're good.
But like, recently I fell off, and I'm sure everyone noticed this. I kind of stopped for a couple of months talking to like anyone, any of my content creation friends.
Yeah.
I kind of retreated from the friend, like just left, and I fell off the face of the earth. Partly because like I was dealing with stuff, and then also because I stopped content creation, right? So I was like, "Fuck, what do I talk to?" Like half of these friends that I talk to, we kind of only really talk about content creation. So like, what the fuck do I talk to these people about anymore?
Yeah.
So it was
I get
definitely
that. I
hard.
get that.
It's
Is Rain
definitely hard
isn't
to like.
or not Rain? Isn't like half our DMs like me helping you build your computer?
Yeah, yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
So like, and it's like, and if I'm not like directly involved in like stuff with people, like with TFO, it gave me an excuse to like kind of talk to like people in TFO and those people with events when I was either creating them or participating in them or
Yep.
helping, like, because sometimes I help like build for events. Like that also gave me an excuse to talk to other people. But aside from that, when you stop doing all that content, like creating content, it's like how like what do you talk to these people about, right?
Yeah.
And then there was a time period where I stopped talking to like my other online friend group, um, when I was actually creating content because I was like, I don't have free time. And normally I play video games with them, so I was like, well, I don't have free time to play video games, so like, it's very weird.
It's definitely been like difficult because before I was a content creator, like I've had so many different online friend groups in being on Twitter and everything. Like my first Twitter account was created at the end of 2014. So
the dark
that
ages.
that very first friend group that I have, which Mez was a part of, um like a couple people that I still talk to from that friend group. Um, I've known all of them for close to 10 years now. And that started as like a whole bunch of us playing Minecraft. And it was people in that group was how I met Connor, and it sort of just progressed from there. And then I created a Stan account for a different fandom because that account was My Chemical Romance. Like, that is how I started on Twitter being part of Minecraft YouTuber fandom, and then it progressed to me being an emo fuck.
Pipeline, but okay.
But then I created another account where I met another group of friends, and that was through like being fandom for It, the It movies.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I knew that was gonna pique your interest.
guys, wait.
Oh no! Oh no!
So I made a lot of friends through that fandom as well, and I was so active in that fandom. And then it was from there that I became a content creator. And so since I became that content creator, I sort of rarely keep in contact with those friend groups. They sort of dropped off after this all
Yeah.
started. So it's definitely been hard ever since like being a content creator. Pretty much the main people that I actually maintain my friendship and talk to is people from TFO.
Yeah. I think yeah, cause same, cause that was the only really like, to be fair, the TFO like, that was the only really group where I like genuinely got close to people like online and
Same.
talked to them every day, and like had a like something in common with people outside of content creation, because most of the other like content creation friends I knew was only okay, we're gonna like I was friends with them, but like were we likely to sit in VC for hours just talking about random shit? No. That wasn't the dynamic, which is okay. It's like it's whatever, but so yeah, TFO and then like this other friend group were like the only two like online friend groups that I've had like longest friend groups. I think the other one I've been friends with these people since like I want to say grade 9 or grade 10, which is like 7 years. And then TFO is like 2 or 3.
Dude, I
Two, I
sleep in a
think.
VC. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, so I
Swag
used to
does
have a
sleep in
VC
VC.
just for you.
Literally
Yeah, it's like
in
it's sleeping
TFO,
it.
in TFO, we had a VC specifically for swag.
Yeah. I got
No,
an
I
ad.
think it's still kind of crazy because I kind of rely on the system a bit to kind of help maintain friendships now. We kind of have like
I
a
feel
mutual
that.
thing where it's kind of like a lot of them will respond to people and kind of like help out when it comes to socialization to make sure that we're just not falling off and no one knows where any of us are at for more than like a week, hopefully. But I still think about the fact that I only met you guys through Richie pretty much because Richie somehow managed to
No!
get on the TFO server.
Yeah. You had no
Because
idea.
Who had no idea?
yeah, the whole bit was just that I would never find out about it.
Did we first meet in TFO?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
yeah. I
A lot of
I
us
don't know.
did. A lot of us did. If it was like
mean,
a
I
lot of
think
odd
us
man
we
out
met
here
all
on that
like
one.
through.
vaguely like.
It was sort of like TFO, then a couple events where it's sort of like there was a few
Slag.
events where we all had the same sort of small streamer group that kept getting invited.
Mhm.
Yeah, you met Slag in an event
Yeah.
when he stabbed you in the back.
Yeah.
I remember that. Will never forget you killed my husband in cold blood.
Yeah.
Because the thing is like eventually we all like kind of vaguely knew about each other, and then it just like slowly like merged into like, hey, we're a part of this thing. Do you want to join us?
Yeah, that's
Like-
how like I ended up in TFO. Like I did one stream on the server. I built one house. And that was it.
Yeah, unfair.
Um,
I built more. I did more shit off stream than on stream.
No,
I built all the
legit.
because I built all the 4 temples, right? With Rain. Like we built all the temples together.
And then I built the huge ass spawn in the castle.
Mm-hmm. I helped
built
with
it.
the spawn, I helped with the castle too, but like most of my activity was offline.
if it
And
make you feel
not
better,
in
I
like
just like woke up one day. I was in a server.
yeah. You're just like, what the fuck is going on? I think kind of like back to the topic of like maintaining friends though. I don't know what it is, but managing friends that you've had like for me, because when I moved away to university, right? I moved to a different city. All my friends stayed in our hometown, right? Like
Right.
they all still live here. It's just me and one of my other friend in the friend group. We actually go to the same university, so we moved away. Tell me why it's so hard to manage friendships that were previously like mainly in person to going mainly online. Because unless I was going home to like hang out with, like going home for whatever reason, I wouldn't see these people for like months.
No, that is so
And
fair though.
and then same thing when I come back, like all my like university friends now become like kind of online friends for the summer until they move back in the fall. And it's like I'm struggling to like the only 2 people I text from my university town right now is my roommate and like one of like my friends that I made. Everyone else I was just like, yeah, like
It's
fucking like fall off the face of the earth.
it's definitely been hard for me as well since I moved. I had lived in Darwin my entire life, right? And so like all my friends that I still had from after high school, like my best friend, like she still lives up there and everything. And so I've moved down here now, and I rarely even message anyone from Darwin to like talk to them or anything. And it's every now
Right.
and then Holly will send me a message and I'll respond to her. And it but like it's cool because I'm going up to Darwin again for my birthday in a few weeks.
Oh
So I
shit.
get
Okay.
to see them at least for a couple days. Which is really cool. But it's just crazy that like
Oh,
she is having like to message a whole bunch of people that I knew from school and were friends with to come to her house for my like for a little birthday get together for me. But I don't talk to really anyone anymore. I don't think I really have any of them on any social media except for like Facebook. And
right.
You
so
Facebook.
it's like really it's going to be really weird going up there after being gone for so long now that it's like, "Hi, who are you people?"
For me,
Yeah.
so after I graduated from high school, like I still played games with a couple of my high school friends, but then years later we kind of like drift apart, not in bad terms, but more like we just kind of drift
It
apart.
just
Life just yeah, it just happens because of life. And for me, my mindset is like if we meet again, we'll meet again. It's gonna happen one day. And usually for us, it's gaming. So like cut years later, this year, 2023, there was a game that came out called BattleBit. This is like
There it
during the
is.
era of like, yep. uh, and this was like when I'm like doing like content creation, like I'm live streaming, and I saw one of my old friends, back in high school playing this game. And I was like, oh shit, I haven't seen this guy forever. And I text him, and I'm just gonna call him. I'm gonna call them Jason. Well, yeah, that's a fake name. That's a good fake name. Yeah, we'll call him Jason. We'll call him Jason. I text Jason, and I'm like, yo, bro, we gotta play together, dude. We haven't played since Rainbow Six Siege. Like, I remember we grinded on Rainbow for a long time. And he was like, I don't have a mic, man, but I can like FaceTime you if you want. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. And like I FaceTime him, bro. When I saw him, like the little freshman, the little tall ass freshman that was like so used to, he's an adult now. He's a big boy. I'm like, damn, holy shit.
I'm
It's
has passed. Like fuck.
I'm still a child. I'm still a little baby boy.
Yeah, I don't like for me because like I went from hanging out because like I had the same friend group basic from grade 10 like all throughout grade 12 and I'm still friends with them. Like I'm going to celebrate, it's one of my friends' birthdays next week and we're going out for dinner, right? I just went to the movies with one of them. Like I'm still actively friends with these people, but it's just like it was a weird like we used to hang out like every single day during school, after school, like we'd like go out together, like hang out together, like when we like whatever. And then it was like it wasn't even like a gradual like we slowly stopped talking. It was just like an immediate like I didn't see these people again for like months on end because I was in a different city.
Right.
And it was like
That's
weird.
kind of what happened with me and Holly.
It was really weird because like I still texted these people. Like we had group chats and we talked all the time, but it was like I went from seeing people every single day to like never seeing them for like months on end.
You want to know what's the most weirdest feeling ever? I'm gonna a little bit off topic here, but is when you meet your online friends and you have to dip from your
Yeah.
online friends. Ew!
Yeah.
I'm totally not calling myself out. No, like
No, not at all.
it's
No.
Like
weird.
when the like you're talking about like when the trip's over and like you have to go
Yeah.
back home.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I
Go back
think
to being online friends. It's like fuck.
right.
Right? Because you
No, like
now have
it,
learned how to exist with each other in real life, and it's like you have to go back to like not.
yeah,
well for
no,
me it's like I've met so far 3 of my online friends. But it's so weird because like we will be like talking and then we meet and afterwards no communication
No,
for like months. I've
legit.
not texted some of them for like months and I'm
No,
like, yo,
legit.
you met me in person.
I've met so many of my online friends, and pretty much the only ones that I've actually met that I still actively talk to is basically just Swag.
I,
And like
thanks.
obviously Ishi and Connor and them, but that's different because now I live here. But
Yeah,
like before I moved here, even after I met them, you know, it was still a constant conversation because of TFO. But Swag is pretty much the only online friend that I still actively talk to, and I've met
Bro-
so many of my online friends.
Swag has been the only person who I was literally less than an hour away from, and we are going to meet up, and then we got robbed of it.
It could have been 4. You could have met 4 online friends, but no. Parent slash neg. My experience twit longer.
Bro, it was
I met
crazy. We were literally less than like an hour away.
Oh my god.
I met 2 online friends like in the span of my entire like internet career, and like one of them I just stopped being friends with. I can't remember why. We just like kind of like fell off, like just like a we just stopped talking to each other one day. And then the other one I'm still friends with because we're like he's a part of that like other online friend group that I have. So like but we have not. We met up. It's so funny. We go to the same fucking university. We met up once to say like, haha, look, uni and like this person met up, and then we haven't met up again since. And it's like we live in the same fucking city. We live like not like 2 streets away from each other. Like it's we don't live that far from each other. We met up once,
Oh my god.
which is funny because it's like
So based on Uni's past habits with meeting online friends, I expect next year for Uni to stop talking to either me or Evie when we go to the convention.
Oh my
no.
god.
No, I no. It's. I mean, to be fair, we haven't talked that much either. This is the first time we've talked in a while.
Oh, well.
But I don't know. It's very weird balancing both like IRL and online friendships.
For me, because kind of dropped out of college, it's been mostly like a lot of content creation to the point for me, it's been very boring doing a lot of content creation. So I'm just like, man, this is really boring as shit. I need to do something with my life. And I got introduced to like this free MMA class at a nearby gym. And I'm like, every Monday and Wednesday, I'm like, you know what? That's a good way to balance my life. You know, get a little bit of human interaction, you know, touch grass a little bit, and do a little bit of content creation on the side. And it was a perfect balance because now I get to like be a little bit more active, if that makes sense.
That
Yeah,
is
I
honestly
I
like a
Cooking
good way to
grass.
Definitely helps.
balance.
I genuinely don't know if I do come back to content creation, how I'm gonna do it because I don't think I can sit and just talk to nobody for hours on end again. Like I think I hit a certain point in my content creation where like if there's I need someone rebounding off of me, whether it's someone in chat or like someone like in a VC with me, and I don't think I can like do that like go back to talking to like no one basically.
Yeah, that's
No,
sort
I
of
felt
why
that.
I've been using these podcasts as like a way to get back into it because I've got people that I can talk to. Swag, what the fuck?
Why?
um,
Did I send it to the wrong person? What do you mean
no,
Oh,
your
never mind.
face.
Oh,
um, but no, so like that's why I've been using these podcasts as a way to be able to come back into actually be able to do content because I like being able to talk to like you guys and like talk to people and have help to actually create an interesting stream because I feel like I'm the most boring motherfucker on this planet. Like seriously. So it's like getting together with people helps me so much to be way more motivated to actually have an interesting stream. And that's where like TFO was really good as well because you know even if we were just sitting on there messing around, at least I could like be like, hey yo, does someone want to join me for a bit, you know, and someone most likely would. And that's where I'm like, I've got some like projects that I'm working on. Like I'm working on my official comeback stream when I actually get right back into it and have my redesign done. So that's gonna be awesome because I'm like trying to get people together to do that with me as well. But that's also why I try to plan like games that require more people, you know, like doing Among Us nights, stuff like that. So that's where I really just want like to get the motivation going again and the actual free time as well between work to be able to actually plan these things that I've got sort of in the works right now because there is a couple things I'm working on, a couple projects that you guys know about.
I do.
Um
I mean,
and
yeah,
We're in
yeah.
those. We're all in those discords.
yep, exactly.
We
You're all
both
in those
Discord.
discords. I've got a lot of Discord servers. Um
Yeah,
but so that's where I'm trying to get that motivation between work to actually, you know, finish planning them and actually get them running because right now they're all just in talks.
Mhm.
See, I think my issue is none of my friends play the games that I like playing. League of Legends. So when I
I
want
mean,
to stream
good for
these,
them.
I can't. Like when I want to stream these games, I'm like, well, fuck, no one wants to play with me, so I just like, because then I'm just gonna sit in silence. I can't talk. Like I just can't do that. So I just sit in silence. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not gonna stream them because I'm like, there's no point, right?
Oh, and then
Which
there's the other side of like games that I want to play with people are region locked.
Yeah, Valorant.
Valorant.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Valorant.
So like literally anytime I have to like anytime I play Valorant with Emerald or Evie or anyone, there's an account that we've got pinned in our private like Discord server. And that is for any like one from North like, you know, the other servers
and it's
to
not
come
from
and play.
Australia.
Yeah. They can come and play on that thing. But we have to play in Tokyo servers so that we're all sitting at about 150
Ping is
ping so
shit.
that no
And
one
then
is just
imagine
at
fucking
like
streaming
500.
with that. And then
Yeah.
streaming with 150 ping on top of that, like,
Yeah.
yeah, fucking good luck.
So, I mean, that's what I used to do in Darwin, you know, streaming on a zero point 0.8 upload speed. but
Mhm.
I
Ooh,
couldn't do it.
mm.
I couldn't do it anymore.
Stress/neg.
It's fine. My new house will have what is it? 1,000% more upload speed than your old.
Oh my god.
Dude,
Yeah.
I still
Yeah.
remember back when I was directing a segment for TFO, right? That it would I don't know if it was either you, Rain, or Ishi that was dealing with internet problem.
Most
I'm
likely
gonna say
me.
you.
It was most
Most
likely
likely
me.
you.
I remember
Uh,
one time Rain was running after me and kept lagging, like pinging behind me.
You would see me just ping from one side of the screen to the other.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, go ahead, sorry.
no, that was it. That was it.
Oh, that was it. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to steal it from you.
wait, Rain, didn't you have like zero internet for like a month or two?
Yeah, oh my god, I forgot about that. Yeah, there was literally a point in time where my dad fucked us over, said that he had disconnected our internet after complaining he couldn't pay for it anymore. So me and mum got sick of it, like, fine, okay, we'll pay for it. And then we got it
Oh,
hooked
remember
back
this.
up into like my mum's name or like my name or something. No, it was my name. I was trying to get it hooked up in my name so that we could start paying for the internet
But they
ourselves.
wouldn't let you because, like,
Yeah, it wouldn't let us because turns out my dad actually never cancelled the thing like he said he did. It was cancelled on him because he hadn't paid, but that wasn't an actual official account cancellation thing. So
he just wasn't paying the fees. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So we couldn't actually get our internet hooked up for like a good nearly 2 months at that point, all while they're still trying to charge me for the internet that we're not getting from our side. So I had like an outstanding bill for like nearly $2,000 for a good like nearly year because apparently we had internet that whole time when no we didn't.
Bro.
And that
I
was so
remember.
hard because like I was like that was right in the middle of me being like so good with my streaming as well. Like I was really that was at one of my really high points with my streaming between work as well. So I was like in such a good headset for doing all this and I was on a good roll. And then all of a sudden like that, it's just gone.
Yeah.
And I think from there, I've never actually fully come back into my streaming. From there, I sort of have always had this little bit of like motivation loss.
Life sucks sometimes, man.
Mhm,
Honest,
mhm.
genuinely, like,
Yeah.
it just sucks because sometimes you'll be like so into like the groove of things, and then life throws you a fucking curveball, and you just never can get back to it. Like, I've never been able to fully get back into streaming. Like, I can't remember the last stream I did before I started doing the podcast and everything.
It got so
I,
bad with the internet in Darwin that there was one event I was meant to be a part of with uni. And it happened while I was on holiday. I had traveled overstate to Perth. And the like internet we got in our little shitty hotel in the back of some street was better than the internet that we got at home. And I actually sat there with my laptop and a headset that I just bought because I didn't have a microphone and I streamed.
what event was that?
It was some like Lucky Block thing. But the event ends up getting real scuffed because someone like
Seven, wasn't it
someone like
seven?
yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, someone had like broke the server or something like that. Oh fuck, I
Yeah.
remember that.
So it ended
Happening.
up being real
It
scuffed.
was
But that
scuffed.
was how bad the internet was getting for me. Was that the internet in some shitty little like hotel in the back of Perth was better than the internet I had at home.
Jesus.
Someone needs to like drop like better internet on all of Australia. They just need to fix
Legit.
that.
We
Just, someone needs to
invented
fix
the
Why?
that.
bloody thing. Why can't we have the good internet?
That's really yeah. What the fuck? Like why? Why? What happened? Who cursed Australia to fucking have horrible
Legit.
internet?
Alright, here's another question for you guys, because looking at our list, we've pretty much covered like most of the
Mhm.
topics that were in there. So, feel like the one that we sort of haven't really touched on the most is how you guys manage the stress of feeling like you have to be doing everything all at once, sort of thing.
Didn't.
I
I
didn't.
cry.
I
Fell
don't.
off the face of the earth.
I go into depression episodes and I sit there and I think to myself, is this actually all worth it? And at the end of it, I somehow manage to get everything done.
Me too, bestie.
I think my main motivation of like managing like friendships and like content creation is literally I always give my friends, all my mutuals, like a private screening of like what I edit, and if they
Yeah,
really
you
like it, I'm
do.
like,
What?
that's like literally my only motivation of like
Wait,
doing
I don't get these private screenings.
well, you weren't online, so and I didn't want to bother
You
Oh,
gotta
okay,
come
no,
join
okay. You
in.
see, you guys see this?
Oh
You
my
gotta come
gosh,
join in
You guys see
Bestie
this?
Zone more often.
Caught in 4K. What do you mean?
I
That's
can
it.
smell a twit longer coming.
Yeah, damn right.
Oh,
No, okay. For me, the way that I manage, I'm like going quiet for this little bit. The way that I manage my stress of trying to be a content creator at the same time as all the bullshit of life is I just go and get very high.
No, period.
Honestly,
Face palm. Copium.
It's the copium.
I like the. My thing is like if I have too much shit on my plate, I literally have to sit there and like kind of reevaluate. I'm like, okay, what's more important? Like that's what I had to do with streaming. I was like, listen, what's more important right now? Because I can't manage being in school, working part time, my mental health, and streaming. I was like, out of those four, like I have to drop one of them. What's the most important? Like, what are the more important things? And unfortunately, streaming, like
yeah.
comparatively, isn't as important. Like, it is a
Oh,
hobby. It is a part time thing. It's not like a
Swag.
like you gotta prioritize yourself sometimes, right? And like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let my school and like mental health suffer for streaming, which it sucks, but
yeah.
like you gotta do it sometimes.
It's the
like,
main reason I've stopped applying to events is because I just
yeah,
cannot keep dealing with like having to wake up so early to join an event and then risk like middle since it's so early in the morning, risk the fact that I might not even be able to join because not only do I have to be quiet, but the last Pride Games I tried to join and my like
didn't work. Yeah.
it was lagging to all hell. I couldn't even stay on the server.
So
And
the
my
last
Oh
stream was fine, like
yeah.
internet was fine. It was
Yeah.
like purely where the server was located was just not it.
Yeah, I think the last event that I was in was the like Kabuto's Pride Games 2023. And that was purely because I built the lobby. Like they reused the same lobby from last year.
Yeah.
And they just had like an older like save file. So like Jake DM me, he's like, I just need you to come on and like fix up like whatever like this was an older version of the save file. It's like I just need to come in and like fix up like whatever's missing. And then through that, Kabuto was like, "Hey, do you want to be a part of it?" And I was like, "Sure." And that was it.
Mm.
And like that, like so before that, and I didn't even like I just got invited, and I was like, "Okay, sure." And then that was it. That was like the before that. I don't even remember the last event I was in.
I don't remember the last event I was in.
Yeah. All I can
I couldn't
remember
even tell you.
is that we were hosting events more than we were in
It
them.
was last.
Yeah.
The last one I did was the one that we sat there for almost an hour and the server kept getting DDoS and we couldn't actually play. So like
That
I didn't
was
get to play in the
was
I
that
didn't
the
get to play
Pride?
in the reschedule because it got scheduled on a day where
Was
I'm
that
like,
the
this is not possible.
LGBTUHT one?
Yeah, it was that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
I
it ever
actually,
get?
I think it did get rescheduled because I remember this because the first time we were hosting it, I couldn't make it because I was working that day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then when we rescheduled it, I was able to make it.
Yeah.
The
Yep,
last
I
time
remember my entire team. We all just went and played Valorant instead.
I felt
Love
so
that.
bad. And I didn't even know this was going on because I was in the middle of work.
Yeah.
Like, and this was when I was working as a lifeguard. I couldn't have my phone on me. So I went on my break or something like that, and I see like all the shit going down. I was like, what the fuck is going on right
And
now?
I was asleep because I was just a builder and I didn't want to stay awake like I did for the first one.
Yeah, I think
Right.
it was just like Alex managing it
Yeah.
mainly.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was when Henzoid wasn't with, like, he wasn't.
Yeah, he wasn't part of it for that one.
Yeah. That
I
was.
remember the last Minecraft event I was in. It was literally the 24-hour SMP because I got nominated by Ray. And
And I didn't even get
I'm gonna
in.
be I know. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Rain. I think I streamed for around like 2 to 3 hours on that 24-hour SMP. And by the way, I was so sleep deprived. And after that stream, I went back to sleep. Woke up, it was the middle of the night, people were still playing. I was like, I could technically continue playing, but I'm gonna fix my sleep schedule. So I went back to sleep. Woke up the next day towards the like it was like leaning towards the end of the 24-hour SMP, and they were about to reach the finale of it. Woke up, see that they're about to like do the 24-hour SMP finale, and I'm like, I'm gonna go back to sleep. And I went back. I only played on for
Mood.
2 hours
Oh my
on the entirety
god.
of the 24 hours. Look, for me, I love Minecraft. I love streaming Minecraft, but I prefer to do that on my own terms, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I wanna have fun. I don't want to force myself to do like this unless I really like it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and that's why
I
I rarely honestly ever streamed Minecraft. The only time I really ever streamed Minecraft was for the events that you and Rain and Uni ran because I'm like, you know
Yeah.
what? I just don't have the motivation to really play. I don't find Minecraft's fun in like fits and spurts, but like doing it for like all the time, I just don't understand how people can do it.
So burnt out.
Bro,
I
No.
don't
low
want to look at
key, the people who are still out here daily doing Minecraft streams in 2023, props to you. Because I don't know how
Honestly.
the fuck you guys are
Dude,
doing that.
No,
I burnt
legit.
out so fucking fast by playing Minecraft. Like, because I used to just be like a Minecraft like content creator. Like, I only streamed Minecraft. I want to say maybe like a year in, I tapped out. I stopped playing Minecraft. I played every other fucking game. I was playing Valorant. I was playing League of Legends. I was playing Genshin. I was playing every single fucking game except for Minecraft because I could not play it anymore. I was so burnt out.
Legit. I
And that's when I
started
switched from a Minecraft content creator to just a variety streamer.
before TFO, I pretty much only streamed CS:GO. Like that was
I
my
want to
thing when I started
kill you.
streaming. And then TFO happened and I pretty much went straight just into Minecraft and I was
Right?
only a Minecraft streamer. But then all my internet stuff happened and Minecraft has this whole time just ended up being the only game I actually can stream.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
that's where a bit of my stream motivation lost as well because I got burnt out of Minecraft, but I wanted to stream, but all I could stream was Minecraft. And none of my friends were ever around when I wanted to stream Minecraft, or they were all burnt out from it as well. So it's like,
All asleep.
yeah. So, I was never able to really get people together to stream Minecraft with me. But what I really want to do is I want to because got so many games that I want to stream and it's all just been a thing of just mainly money because a lot of the streams, like a lot of the games I want to stream are on my Switch and I need to get a capture card before I can actually, stream them. And
Mhm.
it's just been so much like little things like that that have just like lost the sort of motivation for keeping up the streaming side of things.
Now, if anyone ever wants to stream Minecraft Dungeons, the one of the spin-off games, I'll play that.
Ah,
I'll
I
play
did
that
not
till
play that.
the sun goes down.
I tried playing Minecraft Dungeons on my Switch because the Switch that I have is my dad's, and he got Minecraft Dungeons so that way he can play with his nephew. He can play with his grandson. And I tried it. It's not really my cup of tea, I'll be honest. Like I can see why people like it, but for me personally, I just don't like it.
So like that was the first game Evie and I ever streamed together. Um
Ah,
and now we own a house together.
Oh
So like
man.
that's the origin of that relationship, which is absolutely hilarious.
So you're saying I
Um,
just need to find a chick and play Minecraft Dungeons, and then I got an instant wife? I mean, that sounds easy. Oh, no, you know what? Say
GG
less.
easy, boys.
I'm
GG easy.
tweeting that out right now.
Here you go.
Alright.
Like
Emerald found the cheat code to getting a wife hack, getting a
No,
partner hack.
it's the get bitches hack.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's been
How to
the
get a
running
How to
long-term
get
joke.
partner,
bitches
just
play
play-
Minecraft Dungeons.
How to get
But like
how to
we
get
used
married
to stream
101.
that because like we would co-stream it together. Like that's how Evie hit not partner, hit affiliate, and then that's how I
Partner.
hit affiliate as well. Just from playing that game, because like that had after like the first like 72 hours of that game, pretty much all the content creators left that channel in
Like no one
on
streamed that
Twitch.
game
Like no one
anymore.
streamed that after a while. So like there was very limited amounts of people streaming it, and there was still a decent amount of people wanting to watch it, and also people just like, hey, can I hop into your lobby? And I'm like, sure. There was no open mics or anything to worry about of people doing dumb shit and like throwing slurs randomly into people's streams that you don't know. So it was like a real safe game to like let chat interact and join and like let the randoms come in and play, which
That's
was really
fair.
really nice.
Okay, I just tweeted it out.
Damn.
Thank you for the hack, dude. Honestly,
Yeah,
if I knew it was
It's-
this easy,
it's simple.
bro, I would do this earlier.
Yeah, simple.
Oh man.
Play Minecraft Dungeons, get bitches,
Play Minecraft, get bitches,
buy a house.
buy a house.
Buy a house.
Uh,
Oh my god, the only way to buy a house in the economy is to play Minecraft Dungeons. guys.
Legit.
You want
Someone
to?
said I'll look for you.
Oh my god, babe.
Okay,
I think
okay.
we need to play Minecraft Dungeons so we can finally buy a house.
You want to know what I
God,
hate?
for
You
real,
want
for
to know
real.
what I hate that I noticed
Weirdest
when I was streaming, right? Any other game, I'll get like average of like 3 to 5. But when it's Minecraft specifically, bam, 10 views, 15 views. I'm like,
Yeah,
bro, why am I getting
legit.
views? I hate the fact that I'm suffering from success from playing Minecraft. I'm not addicted to Minecraft, but I don't want to be a Minecraft streamer. I just
No,
want to play
legit.
other
Me,
games, man.
bro.
It's always when I get the most views is Minecraft.
It's like I'll just play Roblox and I call him.
Oh my god.
Yo, Richie wants to play Roblox. You play Roblox with Richie.
Oh, I bet.
Oh man.
So
Minecraft
about that airline.
is the house pipeline, bro.
Well, we've pretty much covered all the topics that we had listed in the Discord.
Mhm.
Is there anything else anyone wants to bring up as a final topic?
Alright, final topic. I got us. Has anyone noticed, right? Say you went from like streaming a lot and then you started working and now you're trying to get back into streaming. Does the transition back and like the inedible like the unescapable, you can't avoid it, the low view count, does that bother anyone? Does that get to you guys too?
It scared me when I first came
I-
back. Because I was on stream break for so long that I was terrified to come back because just before I left, I was actually starting to get a fair amount of views. And I was terrified to come back to streaming and just be back at rock bottom, basically.
No.
See, for
really.
me,
I was just gonna say not really because I never really had a high view count to begin with. So like I
So-
averaged like 1 to 2 viewers, which I'm not complaining about, by the way. I'm just like,
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
when I came
No,
back,
yeah.
if I come back, it'll probably be 1 to 2 viewers again, so it's not like
Yeah.
that drastic of a difference. But again, I never really cared about viewers. Purely was just because like this is a hobby for me. I'm not that invested into it. If that makes sense. Like I don't want to
Yeah.
be. I used to want to be like, oh, I want to be like a big streamer. Now I'm like, I don't want that shit. I just want to have fun and play my stupid little game to whoever wants to watch me. You know.
With the
Or-
stands lately, I do not want to be a big streamer. I've
God,
made it
if
very
I ever
clear in
get
my
Everyone
head.
has
swag
to handle
hands,
it.
I'd be like, bro, chill. No. So
I don't think I have the mental like like my mental health is already shit. God forbid being like famous. Like I'm good.
So for me, because I also took like a very long hiatus when I was at the Philippines
Yeah.
because I didn't
Yeah.
take PC with me.
Mhm.
I realized too late now. By the way, I'm going off completely off topic, but my dad was like, "Hey, you realize you could have brought your PC?" And I'm like, "You could have. You're telling me this now
You
after
said
we
this
went to the
before?
Philippines?
Bruh.
Like what?"
What?
Anyway, back to the topic. Literally, as it was, as my time of the Philippines was narrowing, and I'm about to like head back to like to the States. I'm
Back
literally
to the
like tweeting it out.
Philippines.
I'm literally like tweeting it out like, "Hey guys, comeback stream coming in soon. Don't know when, but I'll come back somehow." And like, honestly, I was just really hyped to get back into content creation, and like do edits, Like I made like a list on things I need that I want to stream, Overwatch, insert game here, And what another thing that I also do that I also took advice from Philza when because there was a clip of him like literally turning off the viewer count. And so that's what I did.
Yeah.
I also turn
Yeah.
off my viewer count and I just
Mhm.
go in here, play some Project Zomboid with some friends or not friends, and I just had fun.
That was pretty much what I did when
Period.
I came back to streaming when I was scared of like that viewer count. Because just before I stopped streaming for that while, I was like averaging close to like 20 viewers a stream. Like I was getting quite like up there with my viewers and I was really proud of myself. And so that's where when I came back to streaming and I was so scared to just like be back down because of how good I felt being up at those viewers, I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this. And I turned my viewer count off. And I'm like, I'm just gonna keep going as if, how I was, because that's how people were watching me. People were enjoying me as like whatever I was doing. So I'm just going to not even think about my viewers. I'm going to not let that affect me and not let that affect the stream. Turn it off. I don't care. I'm just going for it.
Yeah,
I
I
feel that.
turned
I
my
think
viewer
I
count off. Sorry,
oh,
I didn't mean to
I,
cut you off.
no,
But I
you
was just
can go.
gonna say, like, I turned my viewer count off like pretty early on in like my streaming career. Like when I first saw that Feels the Clip, I immediately I was like, oh okay, and I turned it off because I was like, because I didn't want it to
Felza saved
affect me.
us.
Feels a father to everybody for real.
For real.
Um, but like that's I turned it off pretty early because I knew like it would affect me, and I knew because I would have like really bad like performance anxiety in the sense of like I'd see it go up and I'd be like, okay, well I have to do something. I have to like retain the viewer. Like I have to make sure they stay. And then when it would drop, I would feel anxious because I'm like, fuck, I'm doing something wrong. And I was like, I wasn't enjoying it anymore. Like streaming just didn't feel enjoyable because I was so focused on like the view count to where I was like, fuck it, I'm turning it off, right? And I've kept it
I've
off.
I've
I
had it
just see the
off
statistics
essentially.
after the stream.
I've had it off essentially since I hit affiliate because I'm like, you know what? Because I don't think I saw the same clip you guys did, but someone else circled something around the same, like sent out a similar clip that was like, don't have your viewer count on, and like I've expanded that into other games, like in other things. Like I don't have Valorant enemy chat on. Like
No, for real.
I don't let other things get in my head anymore, and I'm just like I will just do my own thing. Now, mind you, in Valorant, I'll still talk trash to the enemy team. I can't see them responding though, and like that's the biggest joy in my whole life. Is I'm like they can't talk back to me. I can't. It's nothing's gonna affect my mental here because they won't. I can't. I won't see it.
Yeah.
I keep League Chat on, but just purely because it's funny to me. Just the shit that people come up with, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I just laugh at it. It's so funny because it's like, how the fuck did you get to this conclusion? Like, where did you come from, and how did you get here?
You could tell who's never left their parents' basement really
Literally, and I'm
quickly.
like, okay, bro, okay, buddy. Like, it's just funny to me. But I will say, Valorant is so much more toxic than League of Legends. Like, people, like in game at least.
100%, 100%.
Because like you don't get people talking like I hardly get people talking in the game. Period. God forbid
Well, with
talking
Valley, you
shit.
have the three worst possible combinations of players added to one
And
game. You got
also open voice
CS:GO, you
comms,
got
right?
Overwatch, and then you also got League players, all joining in one game essentially.
With
'Cause it
open
kinda
voice
hit off.
comms, right? So it's
Yep, and open voice comms. Yep, it's just like an
because let's
absolute
be honest, who's
cesspool of
gonna
people.
sit in the middle of a league game and sit there and type out a fucking paragraph of how you're shit? Not many people. Like a lot of people would be
But
like,
someone will definitely unmute and just start screaming.
mm-hmm. Mainly children.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I don't play Valorant anymore. I stick to League of Legends, my favorite video game.
Oh
I
man.
love Riot games. Smiles. I don't know where I was going there.
Oh man.
Like in the game I play all the time, New World. Like there's you play on like a smaller server, so like there's max like 3,000 people that have access to this server that I play on. So like that's all of NA East essentially at points, and I'm like, you could tell who's like a problem child immediately, and I just like go through and I'm like, I'm just gonna block you, because like they're just the same four people filling global chat with just like an absolute cesspool of like Valorant levels of toxicity. I'm like, we're gonna move on. We're just gonna block you, and it's just like,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, there's literally one guy who made a second account because his main account got banned, and he keeps doing the same stuff, and he like tries to bait people to like say dumb shit to him so he will get people banned. And I'm just like,
Bro.
why are we even enabling this person? Everyone knows he's like one of the most toxic people out there.
Yeah, that's some
Especially
people
when it
even
gets
get like
down to that
IP
more
banned.
personal level too. When like like you start seeing the names more often. It's not like or in Valorant, like you'll run into maybe one person that you've seen a couple times, but like it's not such a tight knit group type thing
Right.
Yeah.
that's playing on the same server. Unless we queue into Uni's group,
What's that supposed to mean?
we we queue. Remember when we queued into each other?
Oh! That was so funny. I was
Mhm.
I don't remember who was it. I don't know. I was playing with a group of friends, and I looked at the enemy team, and I was like, those names seem familiar. And I think I hit like Evie's name, and I was like, oh wait, I know these people.
We ran into our
I
5 stat.
Yeah,
I
because
had
I
a
was in a 5-stack too.
I had a very similar experience uh on stream where I was playing MCCI, you know, and I was loading up a battle box game, right? And I was chilling here and someone typed in chat, good luck, have fun, right? And he goes by the name of Nominal Gravy. And for people who don't know, Nominal Gravy is he's like a casual yet competitive kind of a gamer. He's like really good, but he doesn't want he's not like toxic, if that makes sense, you know? So I saw him type in chat, Nominal Gravy, good luck, have fun. And I'm like, is that nominal? Oh my god, is that nominal? Yo, what up? Oh fuck, I'm gonna get my ass whooped. I gotta try a little bit, you know. Uh but yeah.
And seeing your friends. There's one person that I don't even know how I know them, but I'm friends with them on League. I think they might be a content creator, but I really just don't know. And we would like, we'd be on and we'd like solo queue into games, and the amount of times that we'd queue into the same like game, whether on the same team or the enemy team, is funny. And sometimes it's happened like multiple times in a row, and I'm like, we were just in the same game together. Or it's like, wait, I know you. You're on my friends list, and it's funny just like seeing each other.
Mm-hmm. We do that on New World every once in a while where like I'll queue into like the PvP mode, and like I won't know people from like the other part of like the guild I'm a part of, and like they'll be on the enemy team. And like out of our group I'm one of the better PvP players. So like I'll run into them and they know it's me. And they're like, God damn it. Cause like I won't actively hunt them down because that's mean and it's also like
Yeah.
rude to do that. But like if I see them in the middle of like a melee fight, I'm like, I'm gonna walk over there and I'm gonna go find them.
Oh. It's always interesting just seeing your friends on the other team. And like it's like meeting your friends after school with no intentions of meeting up type of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think I queued into a this one when I played Valorant. I queued up into a game with like someone that I knew like in my other online friend group. I was like, "Wait a minute, aren't you like X person?" And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, and we just like, we're like, damn. It was very interesting to like see each other.
Alrighty. So I think we've pretty much covered all the topics that we had to cover for
Yeah.
today. So, and thank you, Swag, for coming in to join us.
Yeah, I'm about to head to Cali in the next couple of hours, so I need to pack up my PC
Oh my
soon.
god.
Yeah,
You should do that.
Pro tips.
I
Pro
should
tip.
do
Swag.
that.
Take graphics card out. Don't leave your graphics card in.
Gotcha.
So that's the first thing that will break because
Really?
it's like flimsily attached, whereas everything else
Okay.
is kind of like bolted in.
Gotcha. All right, bet. I'll have to ask my dad because he's a computer genius. So yeah,
Mhm.
he'll help me.
Alrighty. So this is going to come to the end of this episode. I want to thank you all for joining me for this. It's been really awesome being able to talk with some other people who know what it's like trying to balance, being a content creator with all this other shit life throws at us.
Life
Um,
loves throwing us curveballs and just never stops.
Oh, it really
Life
does,
is
doesn't
like
it?
a hurricane here. Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
I'm going to go end off my stream. Thank you guys for joining us, and joining me for this. It was really awesome. So, I appreciate it.
Gotcha. No problem.
Alright, see you guys. Alright, where is my ending? Here we go. Alrighty, I want to thank you guys for joining us today for this stream. This has been really awesome. I'm really happy to have gone to talk about this, and the people I had with me today were absolutely awesome. I will be back at some point with another episode of this podcast, so keep an eye on my Twitter as well to see when the next episode's gonna be coming out. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.